Kristen, not Kristen Miranda. Kristen Hampton, some of you longtime viewers will remember her, former reporter here at WBTV. She's with Rural Hill now here in historic Rural Hill in this corn maze that we've been talking about all morning because fall is right around the corner. Kristen, first of all, tell me about this corn maze, how it went from concept to reality, because it's been around for so long and there's something different this year.
Yeah, this is the first year that we've actually used this GPS technology with a company out of Pennsylvania to cut the whole maze instead of the way we used to do it, which was a lot harder. You want me to show you?
Yeah, I was going to say, the old way to do it before the technology, how did you guys put together this maze?
Okay, so we've got 5 acres here. I don't know if you can't see the whole thing, but we've got 5 acres here, and we basically would have to put out square grid lines across the whole thing, drag strings in squares, a whole lot of twine and stuff like that. Then we'd get the map. And you had to go hand pull. Took about 3 days, like 15 people to get this whole thing. And you want to see the difference and like pull up a piece?
Yes, let's see it. Let's see it.
Grab this. Let's just say this one right here and pull it out of the ground.
All right, hold this. You play reporter.
I got it. All right. There you go. There you go. Okay, see, now imagine.
You almost lost me.
Imagine we've got like probably maybe a mile's worth of trail in the corn maze this year. Imagine having to go around, do every single bit of that by hand. It's so much easier this year because we did it with a tractor, a GPS guided tractor.
Now, I'll tell you what, tell me about this GPS guided tractor. At the end of the day, how does it know where it's going, how to cut it, how deep to cut it?
So I can't tell you everything about it because it is pretty complicated, but kind of in a nutshell, there's a satellite transponder on the front of this little compact tractor, and the operator of the tractor has a kind of like an iPad, and he has the whole maze design, and his tractor shows up as an X in all of these lines. He basically drives the tractor. He's got a 5-foot, it's called a rototiller. It's a giant tiller on the back of his tractor, and he drives through, puts it down about maybe 1.5 inches, and he pulls all of this corn up. And you can see this year it was a little bit longer. We had to wait a little bit longer to cut it because of all the rain and stuff like that. But he did it, I think, in just a few hours. I mean, it's the labor that it saved, and for the folks that have been out here in years past pulling that corn by hand, we're pretty grateful that it's
look, I got a first-hand taste of it. That stuff's not easy. What about the design? When you go and look at different corn mazes, they have these intricate designs made specifically, obviously, to stump you a little bit and get you to go around. Who designs it, and how does that get implemented to the GPS technology?
So they're the same company. They're called Maize out of Pennsylvania. They help us pick out, and we've got a great one this year. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it is a fantastic, like super intricate design this year, and there are a lot of games inside the design here. So kids come out. It's not just walking into the maze, find your way in, find your way out. There are a lot of different games inside that we're going to have this year, and it's going to be a really different experience than we've really had out here before. So we're super excited about this year's maze.
I mean, tell you what, games within a big game really in the corn maze here at Rural Hill. Last question for you. I know you've been around this maze for some time. What's one of the best memories you have?
I would say a few years ago we had a maze, and I personally got in it and came as a visitor to it just to see what it was like, and got completely lost. And I won't say it was one of my favorite memories because I did get lost to the point that you're like, okay. But this year, you can get lost. You can go right in and right out. It can be easy. It can be hard. It's all up to you. And there's also a smaller children's maze that is actually the head. Actually, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not supposed to say it's a secret.
It's a secret.
But the kids can come through. It's super easy, one way in, one way out. So we've got easy, we've got hard, something for everybody to do out here.
Listen, this sounds like a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, if you're not excited for the fall yet, you will be after watching today's episode of QC Morning, because, again, the folks here at Rural Hill and the corn maze have everything ready. This corn is going to grow. This maze is going to get more difficult and more fun for everyone.